In this video, we'll be introducing you to Tomomask, a software developed by David Mortimer as a way of allowing Professor Duncan Bell to quantify the observations he was making. Unfortunately, Tomomask is no longer available, but there are other softwares available. Duncan will now walk you through how this essential tool works and explain why it is so important in analysing our micro-CT scan data. Duncan will show you one of the features, but through other videos you'll see other features that are available.
When we developed Dissect initially, it was very much a viewing software, and we then realized that we needed to be able to quantitate some of the observations we were making. And another ex-British Telecom employee, Dr. David Mortimer, was good enough to write the software that became Tomomask, and by developing that software it enabled us to do some of the quantitative measurements we talk about later. Gone into the Tomomask software, we've loaded the locust file. You'll remember that there's over 4,000, or actually it's 4,235 slices, of which this is one of the transverse slices about halfway through the locus. And if you remember, the bit that we want to get rid of is the straw plastic cover. So within this software we have a number of options. We can either go into luminance mask and try and get rid of the mask that way. Obviously it's also not only highlighting the attenuation of the surrounding areas, there's some areas inside. Now we can fiddle about with the thresholds, but that's making it worse. Probably then, because there is the overlap, we'd be better to cancel that and instead use the paint mask option. With a new key, we want to take in all slices from 1 to 4,235, and we want to remove this area, so we would click on internal and we would draw around the area to be removed. In fact, we'll make it a bit bigger than that. Now you can see here that we're going a little bit near, and although just for this example I'm going to do it in one, might as well be generous with the outside, and we want to get rid of that bit, so we okay. So we've highlighted that area. We want to remove that, so we would click on that. So this is the area. Now we want that to be black because the Dissect software has it so that anything that's black is transparent. So we'll move that in this direction, so that's got rid of it. So if we now save that as a file, or so if we now go on to File, Save Images, we can either elect to save all 4,000, or we could, for instance, take every second or every fourth and we know that this is 2000 by 2000 and we could reduce it down, but we'll leave it where it is and do the reduction when we come to that. Now on pure reflection we'll just keep 1 in 4, yeah? So we'll reduce that down, and we'll reduce this down, but the pixels will take 1 in 2, for instance. So hopefully now we can save that. But this is quite good because you're seeing slice by slice cutting through, and it's quite visual. You can see that here I haven't completely got rid of the surround, and so I'd probably do it again, but I just want to give you a rough thing. But you can see how enormous the files can be if it's 16-bit data, so each pixel has got 64,000 plus slices, and there are there's 4,000 slices.
Yeah.
Some of them are twice that size, and locusts, of course, are eaten all over the world, to as food for people, and so are relatives of locusts, grasshoppers and so on. And there they tend to eat the adult. So that's now saved the file. So we're going to come out of Tomomask and go back into Dissect. So if we look at these ones, there's no surround, which is good, but you can see here that now I haven't got the settings right. Can you see I've got rather a shrunken thing, but the vast majority of the outside has been removed.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is to just change that that setting. So we might as well get it right. Anyway, nothing like showing it. You can see that we've got a protracted thing, because although if I look at it in this, this is right, this proportion, the transverse. These I've truncated, So if I just do this once more, so if we go on to that one and we enlarge it up, you can see that we've got rid of the vast majority of that. And if I'd been a bit more careful and just done it in things, it's a nice way of getting rid of everything around.